started it wrong, maybe.
Oh, you had to turn. traveling Blue Earth County 90 west, now crossing the Blue Earth River, just south of Mankato, Minnesota. Today is May 4th. May the 4th be with you also. Current time is 11:49. Temperature is 49 degrees. Speed limit is 55. Working our way out of the river valley, back up onto the prairie. Continuing our journey to Imogene, Minnesota. Been a dreary, kind of a damp, misty morning. Overnight was some rain. And eventually the sun is supposed to be breaking out as we go west and south. Welcome to the first test for Ric-Rac Mankato of a live stream. We're approaching US Highway 169 that goes north into Mankato and then eventually up into the metropolitan Minneapolis, west side of Minneapolis area. And then on north, goes all the way up to Ely, Minnesota, if you stayed on it the whole time. We are taking the south, though. In south, actually these turns off shortly. Currently it's running along with Minnesota Highway 60. Which also goes south and west eventually to Worthington, Minnesota. We will be exiting off here shortly on continuing on 169 towards Blue Earth, Minnesota. Our exit to go south on 169. Control city is Blue Earth. 60 continues west, and it is a divided highway. 169 goes back to being a 2-lane road. A little bit of a trick to get across at times, especially on a Saturday. Rack is doing our driving today.
That I've seen it quite this busy where I don't want to cross. Maybe after through this white one. Snow.
Everybody's coming into Mankato. Hello, Greg. We got the day off from BRT, so we're making a little trip south. Yeah, we had to jump off the watch party because we needed to go down to my parents. We're going to help them with some stuff today. How's everything in West Virginia? We are honking at a co-worker of Rac's there. It's been really wet up here, like every other day it's been raining, which is good because we've had such a drought the past 2 summers and over last winter. There was about 3 good days for planting in this area, and a lot of people took advantage of that, but it's been kind of difficult since then. The Beckley travel stop, that's quite a interesting thing. We walked through that where they're selling
the tamarack.
Yes, lots of stuff there. I can get sidetracked if you were on a trip like we were. Just a mile to the east here is a dam on the Blue Earth River. It's the Rapidan Dam, where they do generate some electricity, but it's nothing like the power dams that you see in Tennessee. hoping that we'll get into some sunshine soon here, but it may not be for a little bit. Yeah, it gets difficult, I think, doesn't it, to find places that will let you play. Did you, the one that I posted on the Discord, was that the correct song that you were thinking for, that you'd written for Big Rig Travels? If it wasn't, you should find the one that was and try to post it on there on Discord. So we're now approaching a little valley here, and there's the town down in it called Garden City, and we'll cross the Blue Earth River once again. It's a little more narrow here because we're upstream from the dam, but it's far enough upstream that it still has some good flow, but it's not quite as wide as it is just above the dam. So that wasn't the one you wrote for. It was the one you made thinking of Steve when you heard it. I've been trying to get Wally, and he says he's going to do it, to test on the BRT website the audio recording. So hopefully he'll get that done. 100% sure that it works until somebody's able to actually do it. Leaves are just starting to pop out up. We don't always have good signal either, and we don't have Starlink riding around with us either.
So. Just Verizon.
Good Thunder, that's a town 5 miles away, and it seems like every road around here has a sign that says Good Thunder 5 miles. I'm not sure how it became the name Good Thunder.
Be something to research.
Yeah, another day next time.
Thanks, Robert.
We did enjoy when we went through West Virginia. It was, I mean, there was areas you could definitely tell in the mountains where the hardwoods versus the evergreens. But it was kind of neat. We went through snow after spending the night. Where was that? Waithville, Virginia. We went through some snow going through up to before we got to Beckley. Yeah, it was an interesting stay. We ended up at the Comfort Inn that was on the east side, and apparently that was in the transition to a Quality Inn, because there was another Comfort Inn on the west side of the interstate there. We'd eaten at the what are you laughing about?
The Waffle House?
The Waffle House that evening, and we didn't feel that it was as good as experience as we had in the past. Well, that ditch is should be have a sign out there, a historic sign that says Greg Treadway's waving spot for Big Rig Travels. I guess we would have been thinking we would maybe made something installed there, but of course it was kind of on a whim on the way back, so. There's a lot of places we've learned about just from traveling with Steve, and we kind of got Lizoid figured out there in Colorado where he lurks, and Utah with Bronco Billy and all the hats.
Oh, Willie, right?
Yeah, the Waffle House, we definitely figured out the first time that breakfast was their forte, but not sure if that is totally accurate.
Can I introduce this town of Vernon Center?
Yes, I didn't slip in here. Vernon Center, Minnesota. And of course, speed limit dropped to 30, and not a lot to this town. Back up to 60. We'll be going down in a valley again, so signal may be sketchy. But it'll be short term. Yeah, I haven't figured out how to get. This is our first live stream, so that it wouldn't let me do landscape for some reason, which maybe I have to do. Yeah, I think there's criteria you got to meet maybe to be able to do it that way. So I had to get to 50 plus subscribers just to be able to live stream, which I think we're at 74 some odd ones now. We watched Jeffrey Travels of Minnesota, although he changed it now. It's called Food and Fun Things.
Food reviews.
Food reviews and fun things. So he's got 500 subscribers and often does a live stream, but I haven't paid a lot of attention whether he's been able to do it in landscape or not. Yep, now we're kind of to the boring part of the ride of southern Minnesota. You've got fields and farm acreage, or farmsteads that have trees, and not a lot else. still kind of learning.
Yeah, they didn't get to see all the concepts on this side.
Yeah.
Suppose you could equal it to get a different view.
I don't know if that'll work.
Oh, it won't? No, oh.
Like that, you're thinking?
No, just like turn it.
That'll.
Or will it pop out of its holder? Like to point in that direction. So it's not so much road.
Like that?
I don't know.
We got everybody behind us following us here. What's going on?
I'm only doing the speed limit. Actually, one over.
So this little stretch through here, I've often seen bald eagles coming through here in the winter. Usually they're working on roadkill. So we're coming up to the junction of Minnesota Highway 30, which goes east, actually goes west from this junction point and works its way across to eventually, well, goes to South Dakota border, kind of in a roundabout way. And then it goes east towards Mapleton through this town here, coming up of Amboy, Minnesota. Control City, still Blue Earth, 18 miles, 9 miles to Winnebago. We're kind of just running along the eastern edge of the Blue Earth River as it works its way down towards Blue Earth. Water here flows north towards Mankato, and then eventually the Blue Earth River ends up in the Minnesota River, which flows north to the Twin Cities, and then it meets up with the Mississippi River there, and of course we all know where that goes. The Gulf of Mexico. The clouds are getting a little thinner. It's getting a little brighter here. Trip home will be a little bit nicer. You don't have to worry about the phone overheating today. rig is blue now.
What you trying to do?
I just see if I can rotate this thing. Yeah.
Never thought I'd see a blue wrench.
It's not that difficult. Just be in the right place at the right time, like today. I was on Jeffrey's here a couple weeks ago, and
Talking with Jeffrey and
ATH had her blue wrench, and next thing I know, there was a third person on the chat, and Jeffrey said, well, you guys might as well be mods too, and boom, boom. He wasn't too concerned about who, what, or where. So we're fairly close to the Blue Earth River here. That's why we've got some of this trees right on the right side of the road, which is hard to see much of. But so a few guys that still try to raise a little cattle through here along the edge of the river. We had originally planned this weekend to make a trip to northern Minnesota, but with recent forecasts decided against that. Put your finger in front of the camera. I agree, Greg. The world is a busy place. So we're coming up on Winnebago now here, and they have an ethanol plant and a small manufacturing plant, I guess I'll call it, that makes walk-in coolers called Crown Tonka. They have a sister plant in eastern Tennessee, and kind of hard to believe a little town like this, that's what they do. But those are really the only two major employers here in town. Otherwise, it's just pretty much a bedroom community. And the ethanol plant had just recently started back up. It had been shut down for over a year and a half. let's just continue through town.
Okay.
Hola, Victous. Welcome.
Is that Chris?
I don't know. Is that what he goes by?
I can't see.
Victus. That's got to be Chris.
Yep.
Hello, Chris.
Took me a second, Chris.
Yes, this is a quaint little town. We have some family that lives in this town.
Chris, are you officially on summer vacation?
Said I presume so.
Woohoo!
Control City's still Blue Earth 9 miles, but we're going to take a right and go to the big city of Huntly. You think the last couple towns have been small towns? Huntly will top those off. It's like a village. So we'll be rolling on to Faribault County Road 10. And if I said east, I meant west. Summer class, though, starts on the 13th. We're seeing a little bit more brightness here. So as if we haven't crossed the Blue Earth River today enough, we're going to cross it one more time coming up here. We'll see what the cell phone signal does. Yeah, at 5 people, that might be tough to beat there.
5 people.
In Thurman, West Virginia.
Oh.
Oh, the Blue Earth River has really come up.
It's too bad they can't see it.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, maybe
It's
not. It's high.
It's high, but it's not flood during. What happened to the Thurman that caused it? The railroad not continue or something else?
Or was it mining?
We noticed when we went through Charleston just before that, several like coal, either mines or areas where they were shipping it. Greg says pretty much coal mining. That stopped. This is a little bit of a windy road. Motorcycle guys like these kind of. Yeah, that had to have been a rough life, Greg, working in the coal mines.
Now your grandfather was a miner, right?
Well, he worked up on for USS Steel taconite plant, but that was all open pit mining there. He became a maintenance planning manager there, so he had almost like a company type role. But when he was younger, he shoveled a lot of coal in the winter up in northern Minnesota into people's storage bins. This is the big town of Huntley, Minnesota, and
No population sign.
yeah, they don't count anybody here to put on the sign number, but there's more than 4 here. And we're going to take a left here onto Faribault County 1, just for fun. All that's really left here is a little bit of an elevator and a cafe. The bank is this building we're about to see as we make the turn here. It's pretty much a shell of itself. And then the cafe is over on the left there. You can't quite see it, but that's about it. The old schoolhouse now is a roofing company. I don't think they do much other than store some stuff in it. Yeah, closer to Tower, Minnesota, there's an underground iron ore mine that's now a state park that you can ride down in the mine car and take a tour.
Was it like 22 floors down?
Yeah, it's like a mile and a half into the ground that you go down, and you learn pretty quickly that those miners there, they go down with candles. It's not a most ideal situation. Continuing south here, and working our way closer to Imogene, Minnesota. Beckley has a former coal mine that is open to tourists for several months out of the year. I suppose it wasn't probably open when we went through there in the first part of the month here of April. Oh, April got away from us.
Oh, you see the flooding, field flooding.
Yeah. It's actually good to see though. It's been so dry here the last couple of years. All the little duck preserves and wetlands have been dry. S-curves today. So the other thing we're about to start seeing is some windmills, power generating windmills. And I just read yesterday that Minnesota leads in production of clean energy, whether it's solar, wind, water. So we're coming up on the big road, we call it, or I guess that's what Big Rig Steve calls an interstate, is the big road. And this would be Interstate 90 that runs east and west across the bottom tier of counties in the southern part of Minnesota. So our ride on Faribault County here, number one, is about done. Rolling on to the big road, westbound. Current time is 12:35. Current temperature is 51 degrees. It's been a privilege today to have our friend from West Virginia riding along with us, Mr. Greg Treadway. If you get a chance, check out his YouTube channel. He has a lot of good music posted on there. Speed limit is now 70. We are at mile marker 113. 113 miles to the South Dakota border, I-90 west. Control City is Sioux Falls, South Dakota, 125 miles away. We'll be getting off in 5 miles on County 53, Martin County Road. And Fairmont is 10 miles. Welcome to Martin County. There's a sign coming up over there, and that sign says says is agricultural, the backbone of America. That was put up there by my dad's cousin. There's a lot of truth to that. So this is the oldest section of Interstate 90. It was built in 1974. And just to the east of us here was where they have a gold marker that marks the road was built from the west and also from the east, and that's where they met. Kind of like the gold spike in.
So would that make it the newest part of 90?
Well, technically it was the newest constructed, yes, but at one point this was the oldest pavement, but they've just replaced it here recently now. So because most of the rest of the road had been already redone. Pickups have gotten, now all vehicles have gotten out of control. I was watching a little YouTube video earlier this morning of a guy that posted his negotiation with a Toyota dealer for a 2024 Toyota Corolla Hybrid 4-door sedan. And they were trying to get him $29,000 out of him. He got them down to 26, which was apparently below their MSRP, and that was 26. Actually, it was 26,800, and that was tax, title, license, bottom amount, which to me way higher than what a Toyota Corolla should cost. But I guess it was that guy got a pretty good deal working those guys down to that. Coming up on mile marker 108, and we'll be exiting off of the big road. North is Grenada, Minnesota. South is East Chain, Minnesota. County Road, Martin County Road number 53. If you go on the next 5 miles to Fairmont, it's a city with a chain of 5 lakes. 4 of them are connected that you can navigate between them. They're creeping.
Yeah.
Rolling back south again. And we're almost up to the town of, or village, whatever you would like to call it. Yes, the community of Imogene, Minnesota. And the only real thing that goes on here is the Ghost Tavern by here on a Saturday afternoon or evening, it's got cars parked up and down the side of the road here. I don't know how they get all the people inside the little building. Welcome to Imogene. As a kid, we used to haul grain to this elevator that's on the right up here along the tracks.
On the left?
Left. Your left. And it's a shambles, not even used anymore, other than a little kind of a construction place. Stores some equipment there. Now on to Martin County Highway 26. We're going to go west here towards the Flying Goose Campground. Back in the day before the interstate, this was US Highway 16. Which, through this part, US Highway 16 disappeared with the installation of Interstate 90. Speed limit 60 mile an hour, which is higher than it used to be a year ago, or most of my life it's always was 55. And we're coming up on the Flying Goose Campground, which is located on beautiful Lake Imogene, ironically. Travel here today is almost complete, at least for our trip down. And here would be the public access for Lake Imogene, and that's where we're gonna go. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed this trip from Mankato, Minnesota, down to Imogene, Minnesota. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. If you're not, hopefully that can happen tomorrow. Enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this, subscribe and like. And it's a little here towards the Lake Imogene.
The geese are like.
We'll see you all hopefully next time. Thanks for riding along with Ric-Rac Mankato on this May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Have a good day. Bye.